and we're going to review Monster Lab.
Daddy, I was listening to your last review, and you said it was your 100th review, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't you do Star Tropics twice?
I guess you're right, I did. So, I guess it makes this one my 100th review. Take 2. Monster Lab would have been the perfect companion to the Halloween holiday. That is, if it wasn't released 4 days after it, on November 4th. I just can't understand what they were thinking. It's like releasing a Christmas game on New Year's Day. The game is a lot more complex than you would expect. They give you the ability to make quite a few variations on the monsters in the game. You can mix and match body parts to make your monster more powerful or weaker. You choose from 5 different areas on the monster to tweak: the head, right arm, left arm, body, and legs. You'll need to keep track of how much power you need to pull off a move, and you can do that by looking at the box to your left. If your monster doesn't have the power to pull off the move, then it would be pointless to put that part on. So that box is actually quite helpful, so you're going to need to refer to it often. As you go through the game, you'll acquire more parts that you can fuse together to make more body parts. Each of the different body parts of the monster takes a different way of making them. And to make them, you have to play out little mini-games that all involve the Wiimote's special features. For example, when you make the arms, you have to weld the pieces together. It's a mini-game where you have to keep on the track and fill in the gaps. The more complicated the arm, the harder the track is. The game rewards you for doing a good job in filling in the track by making your attacks more powerful. Did you find the minigames easy or hard?
Depending what you'd use, head, arms, body, legs, whatever you're making also depends. The part about all the minigames is the bar at the top. That bar that you have, you can be barely off the mark from losing to win. You can't just get all the way down, or you'll go through eclipsing that showing something blew up, and then you go back to the lab.
All the Wiimote's motion controls work well, but it would have been nice if they didn't remind you every time how to use the controls. After the 20th time, I think I understand how the controls work. The game is played out on a board game-like setting. You can move anywhere that isn't blocked by something in the set paths they give you. You don't always have to follow a straight line, since they give you plenty of side roads you can use to get to your goal, or avoid the other monsters. There are plenty of monsters out there to terrorize the town that you're in, or to destroy your monster that you've created. If you run into them, you will battle them. The battle system itself is simple. All you have to do is destroy the body of the opposing monster. But to do that, it isn't so simple. You have to choose the attacks that focus on the body, and not all of them do that. Some of the moves will attack the head, arms, or legs. These attacks are more necessary later in the game, so you can survive the more powerful attacks that the monsters throw at you. If a particular monster has a powerful right arm, you might want to rip it off. You can get the opposing monster down to a body and legs, but you still have to destroy the body to win the battle, even if he doesn't have a head. In battle, you'll have to constantly recharge your batteries, since each of the attacks uses up a different amount of power. It was a very clever idea and it put a lot of strategy in the game, as you might want to only do a little bit of a charge with the dodge attack. While the dodge may power up your monster a little bit, it will never do as much power as just doing a straight up recharge.
The main reason why you fight is because you get more body parts.
Did you like the simple way the battle system was set up?
Uh-huh.
After the battle, they'll ask you if you want to repair your monster. Why you wouldn't is beyond me. Why not just go straight into the repair screen? Yes, I know how to use the controls. Stop showing me this for the 50th time now. They give you quite a few seconds to spin your Wiimote around to repower up your monster's body parts. As you spin your Wiimote, the gauges will fill until the body parts are 100% again, or time runs out. They also offer a Wi-Fi connection battle, so you and your friends can use your best monsters on each other. I couldn't test this feature since they totally rely on friend codes, and you couldn't just randomly fight someone. This game isn't for too young a kid, since dismembering another fellow monster might be a little too harsh for them. Alright, little Wiiviewer, Monster Lab. Would you buy, rent, or skip?
Yes, it should be for rent, but maybe a buy.
Since the little Wiiviewer liked it, I think a kid as young as 8 might enjoy the game. I think you should start out with renting the game, since the game's style and repetitive gameplay might bore some of the more casual players. Well, that's it, my 100th review.
Daddy, I was thinking again.
What now?
I did a review that you published on your account.
Oh no, you're right. Your Super Smash Bros. Brawl continued review. I did post that on my account, so I am at 99. You know what? I'm just going to do a quick review of another game right now. So let me think. Some game that I played, but I would never review it because it's too awful. Oh, I know. How about Balloon Pop? This game had a story mode and a puzzle mode, and you could play with 2 players, but who cares? This game could be the next Tetris, but if the controls don't work, the game is completely worthless. And I'm here to tell you the controls don't work. You have to use the motion controls for the Wiimote, and it just doesn't read it right. So the game is basically unplayable. For that reason alone, you should skip this game.